Willie Nelson has never lived like time was something to fear. Even now, deep into his 90s, he moves forward with a quiet determination that feels less like defiance and more like acceptance. While many of his peers have stepped away from the spotlight, he continues to tour, write and perform, not because he has something left to prove, but because music remains the most natural extension of who he is. There's a calmness in the way he approaches life now, a sense that he understands its rhythm better than most. He doesn't rush it, doesn't resist it, and certainly doesn't try to outpace it. Instead, he walks alongside it, guitar in hand, letting each day unfold the way a good song does. That steady presence, that refusal to stop, is what makes his story so compelling. It isn't about holding on, it's about continuing on. Growing up with music in his bones. Long before fame found him, Willie was just a boy growing up in a small Texas town, surrounded by the quiet simplicity of rural life. Raised by his grandparents, he found comfort and inspiration in music early on. Gospel songs filled the air, and the sound of his sister's piano became part of his daily rhythm. It wasn't a grand beginning, but it was an honest one. His first guitar, a humble instrument gifted by his grandfather, became more than just an object. It became a companion. Sitting beside his sister, learning chords and melodies, he discovered that music wasn't just something you listened to, it was something you lived. Those early moments shaped everything that came after. They gave him a foundation rooted in authenticity, something that would later define his entire career. Even today, there's still a trace of that young boy in his music, a reminder that great stories often begin in the quietest places. Finding his voice against the odds. When Willie first tried to make it in Nashville, the industry didn't quite know what to do with him. His style didn't fit neatly into the polished mold that was expected at the time. Instead of forcing himself to conform, he chose a different path. He walked away. That decision, though risky, turned out to be one of the most important of his life. Returning to Texas, he embraced a sound that felt true to him, raw, unfiltered, and deeply personal. This wasn't just a musical shift, it was a declaration of independence. He wasn't interested in fitting in anymore. He wanted to stand apart. And in doing so, he helped shape what would later be known as outlaw country. It was a movement built on honesty rather than perfection, and it resonated with people in a way that polished performances never could. His voice, once overlooked, became impossible to ignore. The rise of an unconventional legend. By the time the 1970s arrived, Willie Nelson had transformed into something much bigger than a musician. He had become a symbol of freedom. His songs carried stories that felt lived in, not manufactured. Albums like Red-Headed Stranger and Stardust didn't just succeed, they changed how people understood country music. His long hair, relaxed demeanor, and unmistakable voice set him apart in a world that often valued image over substance. But what made him truly unique was his ability to connect. His music didn't feel distant or untouchable, it felt like a conversation. People didn't just listen to his songs, they saw themselves in them. That connection is what turned him into a legend, not because he followed the rules, but because he quietly rewrote them. A career built on authenticity. Throughout his long career, Willie Nelson has remained remarkably consistent in one important way. He has always been himself. In an industry that often rewards reinvention, he chose authenticity instead. His songs reflect his beliefs, his experiences, and his worldview without compromise. That honesty is what has kept his music relevant across generations. People trust his voice because it feels real. He doesn't perform a persona, he simply shows up as he is. Over time, that authenticity has become his greatest strength. It has allowed him to build a legacy that isn't tied to trends or fleeting popularity. Instead, it's rooted in something much deeper, a genuine connection to his audience. And that kind of connection doesn't fade easily. The importance of family and connection. For much of his life, Willie surrounded himself with people who felt more like family than colleagues. His band wasn't just a group of musicians, it was a community. They understood each other in ways that went beyond rehearsals and performances. That sense of closeness added a unique warmth to his music. Even as time has changed the lineup, that spirit remains. Today, performing alongside his sons brings a new dimension to his journey. It's a continuation of something that has always been central to his life: connection. Music for Willie has never been a solitary pursuit. It's something meant to be shared, to be experienced together. That shared experience is what gives his performances their enduring emotional depth. Endurance as the true outlaw spirit. When people think of the word outlaw, they often imagine rebellion or defiance. But in Willie's case, it means something slightly different. It's about endurance. It's about staying true to yourself, even when circumstances change. Over the years, he has faced challenges that might have caused others to step away. Instead, he kept going. Not out of stubbornness, but out of a deep love for what he does. That persistence has become a defining part of his identity. It shows that strength doesn't always come from resistance. It can also come from acceptance, from understanding that life will have its ups and downs and choosing to move forward anyway. The power of staying present. One of the most remarkable things about Willie Nelson is his ability to stay present. While many people spend time worrying about what's ahead or dwelling on what's behind, he focuses on the moment he's in. That mindset allows him to fully engage with his music, his audience, and his life. It's a simple approach, but it carries a powerful message. By staying present, he finds meaning in everyday experiences. Each performance becomes more than just another show. It becomes a moment to connect, to share, and to create something meaningful. That presence is what keeps his work feeling alive and relevant, no matter how much time passes. A legacy that goes beyond music. Willie Nelson's impact extends far beyond his songs. Through his actions, his values, and his way of living, he has influenced countless people. His work supporting farmers, his advocacy for causes he believes in, and his commitment to staying true to himself all contribute to a legacy that feels deeply human. It's not just about what he has accomplished, it's about how he has lived. That kind of legacy doesn't fade with time. It continues to inspire, to resonate, and to remind people of what truly matters. It shows that success isn't just about recognition, it's about making a meaningful difference. The road that continues forward. Even now, Willie Nelson shows no signs of slowing down completely. He continues to step onto stages, to share his music, and to connect with audiences who have followed him for decades. Each performance feels like both a continuation and a celebration, a reflection of everything he has built over the years. There's something deeply reassuring about that. It reminds us that passion doesn't have an expiration date. As long as there's a song to sing and a story to tell, the journey continues. And for Willie, that journey isn't about reaching an end, it's about embracing every step along the way, with the same quiet authenticity that has defined his life from the very beginning.